Yes, on both Facebook Live and on YouTube Live today. Thank you, Jesus. So we are normally discussing the truth and just we are always discussing the truth. That's what learning life becoming better is about. But for today, we're gonna have it short and sweet today. I know you've heard that before, but it's the truth today. Um, we're gonna go straight into our word, and let's just go into Joshua 1 and 5. Joshua, book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 5. And this is the Lord talking to Joshua after he's after Moses has passed on, and now Joshua is the leader. And God says, "There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee." There are so many messages in this one verse, Joshua chapter 1, verse 5, but I'm going to give you a short one. I'm not going to go with the 100 messages that are in this one verse, in this one sentence. But there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life, as I was with Moses. God is reminding Joshua that he's the same God that you've already seen. You followed God's leader, you followed God's man, you followed God's way. God is like, I'm the same God that brought you out of Egypt. I'm the same God that was with Moses. I'm the same God that revealed myself to Moses. I'm the same God that gave him the words to speak and the actions to do. I'm the same God that was with Moses, that protected him, that kept him, even with all everybody talking about him, all that was against him. God is reminding Joshua, as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. God is reminding us that he is the same God today as he was yesterday. As he brought you through in your childhood, he'll bring you through in your adulthood. He'll bring you through in your seniorhood. God is there. God is the same God that protected you earlier, he'll protect you now. The same God that blessed them will bless you. The same God. He's able. He's able. Many people say, if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. Well, that's not because of them. That's because God is God all by himself, and he doesn't change. He doesn't change. He's a blessing God. He's a giving God. He's a creative God. He's a God that will change the world for his people. God has not changed. He's a God that still hates sin. He's a God that loves his children. He's a God that will give his children chance after chance after chance, and then apply correction when correction is necessary. Yes, God has not changed. How you feel about God may change, how you relate to God may change, but who God is doesn't change. That's what God is telling him. As I was with Moses, so will I be with thee. You are a next generation, Joshua, but I'm the same God. I'm not a next God. Mm. God is not a before God. God is not a baby boomer God. He's not a Gen X God. He's not a millennial. God is a God that stands outside of time. He stands outside of generations. He doesn't change how he operates. He is who he is. As I was with the previous generation, so will I be with thee. God's not the one that's going to change. He's not. He's perfect already. Please stop thinking that God cares about what generation you call yourself. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee. God says he won't fail, nor forsake thee. God will not fail. He won't fail. It doesn't matter what's going on in this earth, doesn't matter what's going on in this world, doesn't matter what's going on in this country, doesn't matter what's going on in your house, doesn't matter what's going on in your head. God will not fail. He will not fail. And he also says, nor forsake thee. When God calls you to do something, he doesn't leave you when you think you're failing. He doesn't give up on you. God, nothing. Let's just think about this. Let's just think about this, and then I'm done. God knew who you were before you were born. And if he has brought you out, if he has protected you, if he has kept you, he knows what he's keeping you for. He knows what he's protecting you from. He knows what he's taking you to. He knows the end from the beginning. We say that all the time. He also knows everything in between. He knows everything in between. And yet he'll say he'll never forsake us. God's mercy is always there. He has one requirement, that we turn to him, that we trust him. He'll even build up our trust. He'll even build up our faith. All we have to do is be willing. That's it. We just have to be willing to let God lead. We have to be willing to trust him. We have to be willing to believe that even though I'm not in the place I need to be, God is still with me. When we say there's nothing, God says, I have it on my wall. I have it on my wall. It's Jeremiah. It says, I am the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? That's what God says about himself. He says, I am the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? And the answer is no. There's nothing too hard for God. There's no sin too great. There's no obstacle too significant. There's no mindset too embedded. There is absolutely nothing that is too hard for God. So today, my message to you is to go to God in prayer. Go to God in prayer and listen. Let him give you rest as he's done before. Let him give you answers as he's done before. And sometimes the answer is simply trust me. Sometimes the answer is praise me. Sometimes the answer is not, oh, go start that business. Sometimes the answer is praise me and trust it in who I am. That's how God answers sometimes. Listen, you may change. You need to change. I need to change. Sometimes, especially now around the holidays, we start having memories, and sometimes we have good memories, and sometimes the memories are not so good because our loved ones are no longer with us, or sometimes it's just not. Holidays are not all that merry for everyone. Understand this. God has always been there. and He always will be there. Meet Him today. Meet Him in your need. Meet Him in your want. Meet Him in your desires. Meet Him in your loneliness. Meet Him in your joy. Meet Him in your poverty. Meet Him in your despair. Meet Him in your tears. Meet Him in your hope. Meet Him in your trust. Meet Him in the chaos. Meet Him in your spirit. Meet God. Be blessed. Be peaceful. I should just say, may the peace of God be yours today and every day. Rest in knowing that He never changes. He never changes. He's always loving. He's always merciful. He's always just. He's always true. He's always good. He's always calling us to a higher place. And the higher place is to be with Him. It's not in yourself. So may the peace of God rest with you. May the love of God rest with you. May the wisdom of God be yours this day. I am Angela Taylor, and this is Learning Life, Becoming Better.